32-year-old Rose Losike, a resident of Leomat village in Leptuk sub-county Moroto district, has not had a proper meal in days.
I last ate 2 days ago. I give food to my children when I have it, but sometimes there is none.
In a nearby homestead, Maria Nakut, a mother of 6, faces the same harsh reality. Her family's meals are few and mostly consist of wild greens when they can be found. Despite her efforts, food remains scarce.
Sometimes I go days without eating so that my children can.
The situation is no better for 60-year-old Leah Ocholo, who struggles to care for 9 grandchildren in Lokomite village, Namalu sub-county, Nakaperipiri district.
We haven't eaten because there is no food, and we usually manage only 1 meal a day.
She depends on a communally owned garden supported by Action Against Hunger, a global humanitarian organization, to feed her family. However, pests and erratic weather often ruin the crops.
I harvest greens and prepare meals for my children. Sometimes I sacrifice my portion so they can eat.
These stories are not isolated cases. They are the grim reality for thousands of families in Karamoja, a region long affected by hunger and poverty. Simon Ondoga, the principal nutritionist at Moroto Regional Referral Hospital and the Karamoja Regional Nutritionist, says over 400,000 people, roughly 30% of the region's population, are food insecure. Amdat district is the worst affected area with a 17.3% burden of acute malnutrition, while Abim is the lowest at 5.7%.
Karamoja has the burden which is called global acute malnutrition at 12.2%.
And because food is not available, they eat anything that makes them survive, but not necessarily taking the aspect of nutrition.
At Leptuk Health Center 3 in Moroto, 36 children are admitted for severe acute malnutrition, while many others are outpatients. The clinic uses ready-to-use therapeutic food to support recovery for both children and their mothers.
We give our UTF to the malnourished kids and also health educate the mothers on breastfeeding, food hygiene and
Karamoja's nutritional crisis is exacerbated by poverty and limited use of modern agriculture techniques, leaving many households highly vulnerable to climate shocks. The Food and Nutrition Bill 2024, tabled by Milton Mouma, the chairperson of the Uganda Parliamentary Alliance on Food and Nutrition Security, offers a glimmer of hope. The bill seeks to establish the right to food as a fundamental human right.
the issue of right food was not well pronounced or well captured in the Constitution. By so doing, we feel we need a legislation to ensure that this right is clearly pronounced, really operationalized.
The Food and Nutrition Bill 2024 aims to establish national, district and household food reserves, reviving a concept that many believe could transform Uganda's food security landscape.
We are saying, can we say, of the harvest, can you have a fraction, say 30% is kept for future consumption?
Let's take an example like in Kenya, they have the food reserves. Why not Uganda? And of course, initially, before Uganda also had food reserves like these ones, which were privatized, the ones which were in Ginger.
The bill emphasizes tailored solutions for regions like Karamoja, such as addressing erratic weather patterns, limited access to farming tools, and establishing school feeding programs. Only by tackling these root causes can the region hope to break free from the cycle of hunger and poverty. Peter Echeru, a program manager with Action Against Hunger, says civil society organizations have played a critical role in advocating for long-term solutions.
We have had this conversation for over 10 years, and we are glad that finally we have clearance to have it tabled on the floor of Parliament. The law is important because it serves two functions. One, it provides for regulation, but also more importantly, it directs government actions and investment on food and nutrition issues.
He also points to the importance of integrating trained nutritionists into public service.
We've noticed that malnutrition is actually not about absence of food alone. It is also about lack of information on what to eat, how to eat, and when to eat.
The Food and Nutrition Bill 2024 offers a potential solution to hunger and malnutrition, but its success hinges on effective implementation. For now, the people of Karamoja face not just a policy challenge, but a human tragedy that urgently requires action.